Hey everybody, this is Ori from OneScales, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Google Analytics 4 to track any kind of link click on your website so you can understand how users are using these links, what they're doing, what they're clicking. You can use this, for example, for a click on a banner or a specific link on your page or a header or anything that is a text link that it can go from one page to the other, from one click to the other page. Okay, in this example, what we did is we wanted to track in the events, engagement events, we wanted to set up a new event to track on our articles if people are clicking on this specific widget, this specific row on an article. In short, this widget, we have a lot of articles on OneScales. We do a lot of education for web related topics. And if people don't want to read, if they're lazy, if they learn through video better, just like me, they can actually go ahead and click here to the bottom of the page, scroll to the bottom, and then they can view the video tutorial instead of reading the whole topic itself in text. Some people read better in text, some people learn better in video. So we have this option. We wanted to track if people are using it. We wanted to understand, are people using it? Are they actually skipping the articles? Who's doing it? Which articles are more popular? We wanted to understand this section more and see how our users are actually using our content so we can make more content for everybody. So what we did is, if you click on this link right here, it'll actually create an event called YouTube Article Explainer, which we named it. You can name it anything you want. And then we actually went and analyzed the data. So let me show you how to do it. We're going to use Google Tag Manager. You can do the same thing for any link you have. It's a banner, a header, a special link, a link on the footer, anything you want. You can do the same thing, and I think you guys will understand. So what you need to do, first of all, is go and analyze the actual page itself, the link that you want to analyze, and then you're going to actually look into it via Google Tag Manager and then set up everything via Tag Manager. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the URL, I'm going to go to Google Tag Manager, I'm going to click on preview so I can actually analyze what's in common, what's technical about this specific article, okay? And I have to use these technical sites to input and to set up Google Tag Manager to set up the event, okay? What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to click on this link right here. So click. Okay, so once I clicked, they actually took me down, and now I can go back to my Google Tag Manager, and I can look at what's actually happening right here. So I'm going to click on the page itself right here. I'm going to go to Google Analytics, okay, and I'm going to click on Data Layer, and I'm going to scroll down. So if you remember the link right here, let's go to the link right here. If you look at right here at a little bit at the code, excuse me, look, inspect, you'll be able to see that the link itself right here, the text is called click here. And if you look a little bit about the code, the actual click, you see there's an ID called YouTube Article Explainer click. And we have the URL, which is hashtag YouTube article explainer. You have all this information right here. So you can use the tag manager to identify these. Element ID that was clicked on is right here. This one, the URL is this one, the full URL, and the element text right here. So I can actually take any of these right here, and I can actually use this to set up Google Tag Manager. But I want to make sure it's a few things that are very, very clear. So first of all, let's close this right here. When you set up something on Google Tag Manager, if you set up for example, someone clicking on a specific word, that, depending on your trigger, will actually set up the tag on all pages. So sometimes you want to actually only identify a certain click on a certain page or a certain text. So if this click here, there's a link in different pages and you don't want to track those, you can either use the ID or you can use the text of the link click, but you have to set up which pages you want to track. So there's a few things depending on your specific situation you have to identify. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go here and I'm going to take the actual element ID. You can take the text and I'll show you in a second. I'm going to take the ID right here, which you saw in the code is right here. AID equals, I can take the same thing. I already took it. I pasted it. Now I'm going to go to Google Tag Manager and I'm going to go here to tags. Okay, and I'm going to create a new tag right here. I've already done it. Now you're going to create a new tag right here called, I made it called click to video on article tag, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you specify your Google Analytics 4 event. So the type would be event. You go to Google Analytics and you click on event right here, which I've done. And then you're going to have to set up your configuration tag so it knows which Google Analytics account you have. This is basically your ID in Google Analytics. And then you're going to specify the event name you want it to trigger right here. So right here is the same thing of the name I want to trigger and specify in my events right here. So you can name it anything you want. Okay. And what you're going to do down, you're going to actually have to set up the trigger. This is when to throw the event, when to send the data to Google Analytics for. You're going to specify the trigger. So what is the trigger? You have a few different options right here. Because I have an ID, a click ID right here, if you remember the element ID, because I have this one right here, I specify the trigger type as a click. Okay, so click, just link. And I specified not every single click, not anything you click on the website. I only specified if the click ID equals this exact thing right here, the ID that I found either in my code right here, or I found it, I think it's a little bit easier in Google Tag Manager. Okay, so I did that, and that's it. And once I did that, I went, I saved, I published it. Obviously, I previewed it before, and then I just tested it, and it works very, very simply. It's very, very simple. If you want to tag, let me give you another example. If you want to, let's go to the trigger right here. If you want to track, for example, you don't want to track a specific ID, I can go here, for example, to specific one, and I can specify with the built-in variables. For example, maybe I want to do the click text. So for example, I want to, anytime someone types in click here, let me go back to Tag Manager. Don't forget it should be case sensitive, so make sure you have it exactly same spaces, uppercase, lowercase. I can go here, or obviously I can go here. It's, you know, very specific, right? I can copy this right here, and then I can go ahead and I can put it right there. I can save it, I can test it, and I'm good to go. So depends on what your specific case is. You're going to actually set up a click ID or a text or something like that. Okay, so you can just go here, choose the built-in variables, and you can have many different things. Click ID, click target, click URL. You can have a lot of different things. Element classes, depending if what's actually going on in that link. Okay, so now if I go ahead here, let's go back. Let me just show you how it works. Let's click again, right? So now you'll be able to see that I'm just getting in Google Tag Manager. Let's go right here. Go back to the tag. You saw that my click to video on article got triggered. It's got triggered actually multiple times because I clicked multiple times, and then the event is being sent to Google Analytics 4. And that's it. It's really, really simple. I hope this makes sense. I hope this was not a little too fast. But most importantly, if you have any questions, let me know what you think. Let me know your questions. Let me know how we can improve our videos. Let me know if you're not certain about something. Comment, say hello, contact us via the contact form, and we'll try to help as best as we can. Really, really appreciate you guys watching our videos. If you like it, subscribe, like, share, send to a friend, etc. And much, much appreciated. We'll be making more and more videos. Take care, guys.